Straight ahead on Channel 2 Action News at noon, a homeowner critically hurt in a house fire. How a neighbor was able to help the woman trapped inside. Plus, police made several arrests after a peaceful protest got out of control and spilled into a busy metro road.
And temperatures are rising fast, almost 70 degrees across parts of the area. Coming up, updating today's neighborhood highs. Who gets to 80 degrees tomorrow? Channel 2 Action News at noon is next.
Save with Gas South's great everyday low rates.
Live, local, late breaking. This is Channel 2 Action News at noon. Coverage you can count on.
Right now, charred remains are all that's left of a house fire that critically hurt the homeowner.
When I kind of woke up and I heard him say fire, he was going out the door.
This noon, we are hearing from neighbors who jumped into action to try to save the woman trapped inside. Good afternoon, I'm Sophia Choi. New this noon, we now know a pet initially alerted neighbors that something was wrong. Channel 2's Jessica Jaglois is live in Northeast Atlanta. And Jessica, you talked to a neighbor who says her husband tried to rescue the woman.
That's right. That neighbor told me that her husband broke this window to get inside the woman's bedroom and that there may have been a very different outcome if it wasn't for her barking dog.
Couple soft barks, and then he kept barking, and we've had some recent crime in the neighborhood, so my husband went right to the door to see what was going on, and he saw the flames just engulfing the house.
Taiba Garcia says her husband rushed across the street while she called 911.
He said he heard the woman screaming who was in that front bedroom.
She says the woman quickly lost consciousness, so Garcia's husband and several others tried to help.
He and several other men broke the side window and were reaching and trying to pull the woman like by her feet out, and he said he kept being overcome with smoke, just being that close, and he would have to step away and come back, and they were repeatedly trying to pull her out.
But they couldn't, and it wasn't until firefighters arrived that the woman was pulled from the burning home.
One of the neighbors was on scene and to help direct the firefighters to the part of the house that she was most likely in, and that was a huge help for us because once we can narrow down the search rather than have to search the whole house, if we know exactly where to look, we're going to get the victims out a lot quicker.
The woman's son is also at Grady in stable condition, but Garcia says she's not sure if his mom would have made it if they waited for firefighters to arrive.
The gentleman who lived there, I think, had lost hope and thought that she was gone.
Now, I briefly spoke to the woman's family who says that she is still at Grady in critical condition. Now, that neighbor I spoke to, she also says she may have heard an explosion here last night, but the cause of the fire is still under investigation. Reporting live in Northeast Atlanta, I'm Jessica Jaglois, Channel 2 Action News.
Jessica, thank you. Officials at the Atlanta-based CDC say at least one American possibly exposed to Ebola in West Africa is heading to Emory University Hospital. They say 10 Americans who lived in close quarters in West Africa with a worker who contracted the virus are returning home to be monitored. The infected patient arrived this weekend at the National Institutes of Health in Maryland for treatment. New developments, we are learning about the victims of a double murder in Northeast Atlanta. Channel 2's Steve Gelbach is live on Moreland Avenue. And Steve, you've been talking with friends of the two victims.
They say both were regulars around here, well known in Little Five Points, and this whole area is still shaken up, Sophia, over this double murder. And I did talk to a woman who was with them about 5 to 10 minutes before that shooting early Saturday morning. They say they spent most of the night over there across the street from Vortex at Star Bar, but the path they would have to walk home would take them right behind these shops into this parking area, and this is where they were shot and killed about 2:45 in the morning. Atlanta police are still investigating, and I did confirm this is a photo of 33-year-old Joseph Haruska. The second victim, just got his name this morning, is his best friend, 32-year-old Shatanya Kelsey, known to friends here as Che. A candle was lit on the sidewalk that says, "We'll miss you, Che and Joe," with roses placed on the fence near the spot where they were killed. Atlanta police are investigating. They have no witnesses who saw what happened or can identify any suspects so far. They've not said if robbery is the possible motive here, but one person told me if someone did try to hold them up, even at gunpoint, they were the type of people would not have given up their valuables without a fight. And detectives are looking into the possibility this is connected to an armed robbery about 10 minutes before this, about a mile north of here in Virginia Highland, where a couple was held up at gunpoint walking down the sidewalk. And as soon as we get new information in this case, we're staying in contact with police. We will bring you any new details as we get them. Live in Virginia, or live in Little Five Points, on Moreland Avenue. Steve Gelbach, Channel 2 Action News.
Steve, thank you. On Tuesday, local voters will get a chance to improve the streets they drive on every day. A $250 million infrastructure bond for the city of Atlanta will be on the ballot. If approved, the city will use most of the money for road repairs like filling potholes and putting in new streetlights or sidewalks. Nearly $65 million would be used to buy, build, or repair city buildings. Detectives tell us they are questioning some of the 5 people shot outside a local apartment complex to find out who pulled the trigger. The gunfire broke out after 6 last night at Del Mar Village in northwest Atlanta. Neighbors told us the gunfire sounded like something out of a war zone. Some of them say they heard up to 50 rounds.
I'm just laying down and I heard something pop, 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 pop. Scared to get out from under the covers myself.
2 of the 5 victims are out of the hospital. We're working to find out if police have made any arrests. Right now, we are monitoring a local mega church service to see if an unusual donation request or video is mentioned. A video posted on Creflo Dollar Ministries website last week asked church members to donate $60 million to buy a new jet. The video, which was taken down on Friday, said the ministry needed the jet to continue to spread the gospel. So far, no mention of the donation or video during this morning's service at World Changers Church in College Park. And now to a developing story. Protests continued in support of an Air Force veteran shot and killed by a DeKalb County police officer, and police made several arrests. A group congregated outside the scene of the apartment where Officer Robert Olson shot and killed Anthony Hill on Monday. Then protesters spilled out onto Chamblee Tucker Road on Saturday. When the crowd got out of control, officers handcuffed and arrested 6 people.
I'm not looking for confrontation with these people. Like I said before, I'm all for people being able to express themselves, and that's as long as they do it on the sidewalk.
Police say Hill was naked and acting erratically. Hill's girlfriend says he is bipolar and was off his medication.
Lots of sun at midday across Midtown Atlanta. Up next, I'll show you how soon we'll feel the warmest temperatures since Halloween.
Thieves took off with tens of thousands of dollars worth of handmade goods ahead of a Metro craft show. The unique markings that could help investigators find the stolen items. Plus, the charred remains are all that's left after a deadly house fire. What investigators think caused an explosion that shook the neighborhood.
Hello, I'm Channel 2's Linda Stouffer.
I'm Fred Blankenship. Coming up on this week's People to People. It's tax time, and one local organization wants to help you look beyond the refund.
We're interested in that family being financially self-sufficient.
Save the River, Sweep the Hooch, how you can sign up today.
And Channel 2's Mark Winnie is a knockout on the basketball court, literally. Join us right after this newscast online at 12:30 on WSBTV.com.
Closed caption.